All systems go. Clear for liftoff. Hey there, everybody, and welcome to this week's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame on Discord, and today we'll be breaking down the Goodyear 400 taking place at the track that's too tough to tame, Darlington Raceway. As always, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really does go a long way in helping us with the YouTube algorithm. And let me grab a drink because I have a frog in my throat. One quick second. All right, we're back. Hey, and I sound so much better. All right, before we begin breaking down the Goodyear 400 at Darlington Raceway, let me mention, of course, Mother's Day. That's right. Happy Mother's Day to all you wives and mothers out there for everything you do day in and day out for everybody in your life. Fellas, go ahead and do something extra special for those ladies today. In fact, me and my wife were going to a cupcake decorating class Mother's Day afternoon. So while the race is going on, I'm going to be learning how to decorate flowers on some nice scrumptious cupcakes. All right. But before one more pivot, before we move on to the Goodyear 400, let me mention code BDAY15. SHIPIT Nation is turning the big 1 year old on May 15th. Code BDAY15 is your last chance to lock in 15% off any monthly, 6-month, or annual membership plan. And of course, you know we have the Shiptimizer currently now for PGA, MLB, and NBA, coming soon for MMA, and of course, while we're here, NASCAR. So once again, BDAY15 gives you 15% off any monthly, 6-month, or annual membership plan at SHIPIT Nation. And you know we do expert content, projections, courses, great communities, Discord channels, the whole 9 yards for PGA, MLB, NFL, PGA, college football, MMA, and of course NASCAR. And I probably missed something because I don't have my little cheat sheet here with everything listed. But please, once again, code BDAY15, shipitnation.com, 15% off, and we turn one. Pretty dope. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Goodyear 400. This week, we're back on Fox Sports 1 in Canada, or Fox Sports 1 in America, rather, and TSN 5 in Canada. Green flag is at 3 p.m. on Mother's Day Sunday. In the Goodyear 400, there are 293 laps, which equals out to 205.1 Dominator points, which are up for grabs this week on DraftKings. And as always, we do want to target those points. And this week, I'll be running at least 2 or 3 Dominators in each of my lineups. All right, let's go ahead and finally break down some drivers that we would like to discuss for the slate. And let me switch to my screen share tab. This is it. Hey, no, I want this one. This one. Perfect. All right. First up this week is our pole sitter, Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick comes in at 10,300 on DraftKings, 12,500 on FanDuel. And truthfully, it does not surprise me at all that he's starting from the pole on Sunday. His average starting position in the next gen era here at Darlington, which consists of 4 races, his average starting position is 6.5 at Darlington, and his average finishing position is 7.25 in those 4 next gen races at Darlington. He is a stud at Darlington. Stud. He is this track suits him well. It destroys the tires, and that suits his driving style to a T. This is his first pole at Darlington. I believe he has a couple second and third place starts, but no poles. So I do expect him to lead early on Sunday, and it would not surprise me at all to see him stick around the top 10, top 5 all day on Sunday, because like I said, Darlington really suits his driving style. And as of recording time, he's plus 850 Vegas odds to win on Sunday. Next up, I want to focus on our third place starter and a driver who I think might go overlooked this week. Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher has lots of high-end drivers surrounding him, but I kind of like him and his RFK teammate Brad Kay this week. But I like Buescher more because he's 7,800, and his practice speeds were fantastic. He was top 5 in the first 5, 10, and 15 lap segments, and top 10 in the 20 and 25 lap segments, which is very surprising for Christopher Buescher here at Darlington. I was not expecting that at all in practice. And then he backed it up with a third place qualifying position, right? He finished second last week to Larson at Kansas in NASCAR's closest finish in history. And personally, I think he has a little extra motivation this week to try and get the job done and try to put his RFK Ford into victory lane. Not only because of that heartbreaking defeat last week, but Ford has still yet to win in 2024. And they don't want to keep losing. Right? They don't want to keep losing. What are we? 11, 12 races in, and they haven't won. So something tells me that Chris Buescher and RFK in general are going to do all they can to get that victory on Sunday. Next up, we might as well focus on the donkey chalk of the slate, and that's going to be Noah Gragson starting dead last, 36, also in a Ford. Not that I'm putting too much stock into that for him this week, but he's 7,200, and he will be the chalk of this slate. He had an issue during qualifying, which led to his 36 starting position, but he has been fantastic recently. He has been really the the shining star of Stewart-Haas Racing in 2024. And truthfully, maybe the most impressive Ford driver overall, if you're really thinking about it this year. He's really been surprising. He's was fantastic in practice, 15th, 17th in the first and 5 lap speeds, but then really consistent in the 10, 15, 20, 25 lap averages. And that's what you need at Darlington. You need a car and a driver who can handle 400 laps here, because this track is extremely difficult to get around all day long. He has been impressive this year. He will, I'm assuming, be the highest owned driver of the slate. But you know what? I don't hate it. 7,200, great recent form, great practice. He can't lose you any place differential. Noah Gragson, chalk on Sunday. And last, but certainly not least, my value pick of the day, because we will need to do some, I don't want to say dumpster diving, but we're definitely going to have to go in the bargain bin this weekend, since we have so many high-priced selections who should do pretty well, is Justin Haley. And also, I'm going to give a shout out to his Rickware teammate, Kaz Grala. Justin Haley is 5,300 on DraftKings, and his teammate Kaz, I believe, is the cheapest, right? Let me do a quick scan here. Yes. Kaz is the cheapest at 5K and Justin at 5,300. Justin Haley has kind of been somewhat impressive here at Darlington in the next gen era. I think he has a second place and a third place finish in the 2 spring races here in the next gen era at Darlington. And if you haven't taken noticed, it is the spring race, which we are doing this time around. Do I expect him to get another second or third place finish? No, absolutely not. Do I expect him to hopefully get us a top 20, maybe a top 15? I do. And that would be a pretty good day for Justin Haley. And you know what? Same for Kaz Grala. I don't believe Kaz has any track history here at Darlington. And as you can tell by his practice speeds, they ain't too good, Bob. They ain't looking too good. But he is dirt cheap, cheapest on DraftKings, 5K. He's in the same equipment as Justin Haley. He starts 34th, so he can only lose you, what, 2 place differential points. And truthfully, I trust him more than I trust Derek Kraus for colleague. Heck, even Harrison Burton, I would say I trust Kaz Grala over Harrison Burton. So give me the 2 Rick Ware cars, probably Justin Haley more than Kaz, but give me those 2 for my favorite value plays of the week. And I think that's all for the drivers I wanted to go over here. Let me quick scan my notes on my other monitor to make sure I didn't miss anything. I did kind of miss something. You will see, if you are a novice NASCAR fan, you will see a lot of drivers hit the wall on Sunday and earn what's called a Darlington stripe. Darlington is a incredibly difficult racetrack to drive. It destroys tires, just eats them away. The drivers who are good on the long run, who can manage their equipment, who know how to drive 400, 500 miles without, going over that crispy edge, right? Like that's what we want. Rookies, I know I just spoke about Kaz Grala. Rookies, I'm kind of probably gonna avoid this weekend because the veterans normally shine here at Darlington. Also, as we've seen this weekend already in the truck race and in the Xfinity race, pardon my French, shit can happen at Darlington, right? If a driver easily can get into the wall, spin out, collect somebody else, it's a tough track to get around. We saw Kyle Busch wreck on lap 2, lap 3, going for the lead of the truck race on Friday night. We saw William Byron run into issues in the Xfinity race earlier this afternoon. I'm recording this Saturday evening. So Saturday afternoon, William Byron ran into issues. He was the chalk of that race. John Hunter Nemechek ran into issues. He was also chalky at the Xfinity race. This is a race where shit can definitely happen. So me personally, I'm probably not going to go too crazy overweight on any drivers and just try to really narrow down my player pool and Try to ship one this weekend. Other than that, yes, final thing. This is the real final thing. Eric Jones. Eric Jones returns this week from injury. This is also Eric Jones's best racetrack. I don't want to say best racetrack by far, but it's up there at his top 3. Eric Jones is 7,500 on DraftKings, and he admitted he is not 100% from his injury. Personally, that's probably going to keep me off of Eric Jones, because this is a difficult place to get around for 400 miles and have a back injury on top of it. But it is his best track, and he was decent in practice. So I didn't want to not speak about him because he is someone to be spoken about. He is good here. I'm probably going to stay away though, because that back injury scares me for a long day at Darlington. Now, that is officially everything I have on my notes. So, thank you once again for listening. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and wives out there. We greatly appreciate everything you do in our lives. Once again, code BDay15. SHIPIT Nation is turning 1 on May 15th. NASCAR has joined. We joined SHIPIT for the Daytona 500 this year, the first full NASCAR season under the SHIPIT banner. It's been awesome. Code BDay15. Members, there's going to be giveaways, fun stuff. We're partying. You know how Tambo and the boys do it. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. As always, please feel free to tag me in the Discord with any questions you may have. And as always, let's ship it.